Thank you for letting me know. Sorry guys, I missed the first little bit for recording, but welcome to the 5 minutes into the conversation. Nikki Elsing from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Just going through and talking a little bit about community and the importance of community. So the community definition we talked about is that particular characteristic in common. And that's something that I see as LifeVantage distributors. We're all thinking outside the box, I feel like. We're progressive. We want to, be whatever it is that we can be. We want to make sure that we're working really hard and we dream big. A lot of times you hear us say, dream like you were a kid and, where anything was possible and there were no restrictions. And dream big on your personal growth too. But my favorite, the second definition of community, was a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. And that's what I think that we have. And right now, when we're talking about community and team and having that, I was just on a Zoom right before this, and I look forward to that every week. We have some different trivia nights that we do, and I look forward to that every week. And it's a lot of work for the person that's doing it. And I appreciate that so much because it's just great to be able to have that group together. And if you're not doing anything with your group of people and you want to, just do it. Don't ask for permission, just do it and say, hey, I'm doing this. Anybody want to hop on? And I figure community is more than at least one person, right? So even if you get one other person doing it, that's amazing. But I can still remember sitting behind this lot that my house is on. We built it like 5 or 6 years ago with my builder, who's a LifeVantage distributor. And we're sitting back here and we're looking at the lots. And I said, geez, did you ever think like how things would be different without LifeVantage? And he said to me, and he's an older guy, and he said, you know what? He's like, I just can't even imagine not saying yes to this because of all the people that I've had a chance to meet and get to know over the years. And it's so true. And the support and the love and all of that, because sometimes this is scary. It's not easy, right? And I always think like I was brainstorming on what community means to me in LifeVantage. And the biggest thing that I come back to is it's a safe place to fail. It's a safe place to grow. And it's a safe place to be ridiculous and be you. And if some of you know me personally or been at events and we've got a chance to hang out, I just like to have a lot of fun. And it's so nice because everybody just loves you where you're at. And if you're still, growing and working, we just love you no matter what and really want the best for you. So let me tell you a story. I was going to show you a video. However, right now my Wi-Fi is struggling, so I'm just going to have to walk you through it instead. So one of my biggest fears in life is heights. That's the thing I'm scared of, right? I don't like heights. They make me nervous. And I'm talking heights like even if I got on the roof of my one-story house, that's too high for me. So I went on a trip to Las Vegas for a LifeVantage convention. And I went there thinking I was going to have some personal growth, maybe, I guess, because it was one of the earlier ones. Back in 2012 or 2013, I was trying to brainstorm with some of my team members, and we're trying to think of when exactly it was, but it was right around there. So we go to Las Vegas and do this, and somebody said, hey, a few of us are going to jump off this stratosphere building. Do you want to go? You should go. This will be so fun. I'm like, what? Like, oh my gosh, sounds like the most horrifying thing I've ever done in my life, right? And some of you can think of that, like think of you when somebody says, hey, pick up the phone and call that person on your chicken list. This is the way I was feeling. I was like, oh my gosh. But then in my head, I'm also like, but I'm not missing out because that's ridiculous. Like, I don't want to miss out and be like, oh, I wish I would have. So I thought about it, and they were getting this group together. And back then, you guys, we were just a baby. We had hardly that many people. I think there was probably like maybe max 30 of us that were going off this building. And I said, okay, well, okay, yeah, I'll go. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. And so I go, we walk down there, we put on these suits. I'm all ready to do it, thinking this is going to be great. But here's the key. Is I would have never, ever in my life done this by myself. I never would have signed up even. And I don't even know at this point if I'm even going to do it. I paid the money, I'm getting this suit on, but I haven't jumped off this thing, right? But the only reason I've gotten that far is because of the community of people that have encouraged me to step outside of my comfort zone and to do it, right? So I get there, I put my suit on, I get in the elevator, we're going up the steps. I've got my little camera on my wrist to, you know, capture the terrifying look of me screaming and probably bawling all the way down, I figure. And it's 855 feet. I looked today and that's like 108 stories, or almost 3 football fields, right? So I'm like, what are all these? I'm walking from the elevator. I'm like, why are all these people looking at us? This is so weird. And they're like, what are they looking at? And they're like, they're looking at you. You're in a blue suit and you have this thing on and you're all harnessed up and you're going out this door, right? And so imagine like going out to this little tiny platform that's probably like just a regular like size of your front step, right? They have a door that's like the grocery store door that opens up, and then you walk out and then it shuts behind you and you're standing out there with this other person that's harnessed and you're looking down the whole strip going, oh my gosh. And in my heart, I'm like, why am I doing this? Someone's going to actually have to push me off the edge of this, right? And there was some of my team went before me. And I knew there were more people behind me, right? And when I say my team, I mean LifeVantage. I'm not talking just in my line. I'm talking everyone, cousins, sidelines, upline, downline, everywhere, right? We were all just getting together to do it. The door shuts. I have my hand on the side. And the lady's like, okay, move your hand over. And that was the most terrifying thing I did, was taking my hand off the side and moving over. She counted down for me and I jumped. And I have absolutely no idea how I did it, just that I had that community behind me. So let me show you this really quick. I can't show you the video, but I can show you the picture. Can you guys see that? Nope, hold on. You're not gonna be able to see it. Oh. Okay, you're not gonna be able to see it, never mind. But I did it, so I have this picture of me like, oh my gosh, and I was so excited and I was living in the moment, and there is absolutely no way in my entire life I would have done that without my team, without my community. And when we look at LifeVantage, and when we look at taking leaps of faith, right, this is it, and this is our chance to be able to do whatever it is we want to do. We just need to lean on these other people to help us get there and to help us be brave, right? And to be ridiculous. And granted, it was safe, but it was still did not seem safe to me. But so they hook you on a cable, you free fall for a little bit, and then they slow you down as you get to the bottom. And it was just crazy, the fact that I did it. So I want to tell you this other thing that you guys need to do. If you don't have this, have anybody heard of tut.com? Oh, I'll post it, Mia, for sure. I'll post the video, you can watch that too. Because LifeVantage did a video, the marketing team was there and did a whole video of us jumping off the thing, which was really cool. So if you are not familiar with tut.com, go there. It's super fun. They send you little things every day during the week, and the craziest thing happened, you guys. So you answer a couple questions, right? You sign up, and from what I know, everybody gets the same thing. But I jumped off the stratosphere building, and the next morning I woke up and I checked Tut, and this is what it said. I have it saved on my phone forever and for always. It said, "What do you now fear, Nikki? How will you use this? You're welcome, the universe." And I was literally like, that blew my mind. Like, I'm going, oh my gosh, it's like the universe is talking to me, right? Like directly having a conversation with me. And how many of you, I don't know, some of you like maybe go along with this or not, but for me, I put stuff out into the universe, whether it's God, the universe, whatever, that I want something to change, or I want to be strong in something, or I want something to be different, or please like help me figure out who I can help next, right? That is something I love to be able to say at night before I go to bed. And whatever you feel that you're speaking to, that's amazing. But to have this email pop up on my screen the next day, I don't even know. I feel like I probably fell over, but it just blew my mind. And so just knowing, but those were the days, you guys, like I'm looking 9 years from now, like, you know, some of you maybe have a very large organization, and some of you maybe have a medium organization, and some of you maybe have the biggest, most ginormous organization ever. But we all start in the same spot. And back in those days, like the team, when we would go to dinner, we went to Anaheim in California to Bubba Gump Shrimp, I'll never forget, and some of you that were there together, we were sitting on the outside patio and we had tons of room. Like, we had plenty of room for so many people to join us, like tons of room. And now when we go to events, we are all split up because there's just so many of us. And so just knowing that we all start somewhere, and it can be whatever you dream, and just dream big. And so a couple things that I wrote down for related to community and my feelings, that I want you guys to just think about this. And if you don't feel that you're part of a community yet in LifeVantage, make yourself be. Sign up for things, do meetings, do Zoom meetings, get on these Facebook pages and comment and interact and have those conversations. When they have their team calls, get on them, be a part of the community. And if you don't want to say much, then just lurk. We like lurkers. Just peek and watch and hang out until you find something. But make friends, message someone and say, oh my gosh, I love what you said about this. Thank you. That was exactly what I needed to hear. And just reach out, because honestly, make this part of your forever family and the people that you can lean on when stuff's going like crazy good, when that roller coaster's way up here, but also for those people that you need to lean on when it's hard, because there's those days. We all know that. So I put down friendship, encouragement, support, other people that are familiar with the highs and lows that we go through in this business, and then again, that safe place to fail, learn, and grow. And so think about this, you guys. What is it that you need? What do you need out of LifeVantage and our community of people? And think about it and hunt for it. Find it. See what you can do, and do what you can to be able to find it there with all of us. And then never underestimate the power of you and your ability to make a difference. So I'm going to leave you with this. Then I'll let you go. 20 minutes is long enough to listen, right? I agree. So I don't know if there's this thing anymore, but Seth Godin had a blog, and I signed up. Marilyn, you and I, we're lurkers sometimes, right? It's fun to be able to lurk, because then you can find other people that think like you, and then you can make new friends too. But anyway, I get distracted a little bit. I should hide that little chat box. But so Seth Godin, I read a book about that he wrote a long time ago before LifeVantage. It was called Purple Cow. And I loved it, because it was like, everybody's seen a brown cow. Be a purple cow. Stand out, make a difference, be something else. Don't go along with the crowd. Be one of a kind and separate than everyone. So I signed up for his blog a long time ago, and I've saved this. It might still be around that you can sign up for, but I'm not sure. But let me read this to you, and then I'll say goodnight. You might be waiting for things to settle down, for the kids to be old enough, for work to calm down, for the economy to recover, for the weather to cooperate, for your bad back to let up just a little bit. But the thing is, people who make a difference never wait for just the right time. They know that it's not going to get here. It's never going to arrive. Instead, they make their ruckus when they're short of sleep, out of money, hungry, in the middle of a domestic mess, and during a blizzard, whenever, as long as whenever is now. Awesome. So go do it. Go do your thing. Be weird. Own it. Have fun. And just look for that community of people and enjoy LifeVantage. So thanks, you guys. Oh, have a great night. And I appreciate all of you so much. Let me see your face again before we say bye.
Thank you.
I'll post it.
Beautiful.
You're welcome. Hi, Maria.
Peace out, Nikki.
I'll post both of those little things that I read for you guys to see. You probably don't need the one about what do you fear most, but sign up for tut.com. Great place to be able to go and get some super good fun stuff. Love seeing everybody. I'll stop